Hi, you're very unused to feeling so angry. What should you do when you feel angry with your stepfamily? I post once a week, so subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, and I'll let you know every time I post. It is more than common, it is usual when you become a step-parent to have to come to terms with some quite difficult emotions like anger and jealousy and really feeling as though you can't cope for lots of different reasons. And today I just want to look at anger. You might be quite unfamiliar with feeling so angry. You might be shocked at how angry you feel. It might have been a long time since you felt this angry. And the reason for your anger is because of the step-family situation you find yourself in. So the question is what to do about it and how to cope and how to become a normal, nice person again. The first thing to recognise is that all emotions are natural. We're human beings, and it is normal for us to have a full range of emotions. That means anger, jealousy, resentment, hatred, right through to love, generosity, trust, etc. You know, all the emotions are there for us to experience as human beings. So there's nothing implicitly wrong with feeling negative emotions. So don't blame yourself or think you should be sorting yourself out. You do need to sort yourself out, but it's not that there's something implicitly wrong with you for feeling these often violently uncomfortable feelings very strongly in a stepfamily. So let me just go back a step, because in a stepfamily there's lots of displaced emotions around. So a stepchild can let out their anger on the newcomer in the family. That's you, the step-parent. So they're actually, that's the stepchild, angry with something else, with the fact that their parents split up, or their mum or dad died, or the way that their life has had to change, or anything. Anything that can go wrong in their lives, they can direct their anger about it somewhere else. It might be towards their dad or their mum, but it's quite likely to be against you, the step-parent. That isn't the topic of today's talk. What we're talking about is when you, the step-parent, gets angry. But you've also got to be careful that you're not displacing your anger somewhere where it shouldn't be. So, for example, you might be very angry with your stepchild, but actually that's displaced anger because you're actually angry with your job, or with something going on with your friendships, or with your partner. You might be actually deeply frustrated with the way that your partner parents their children, but you're displacing the anger and blaming the children and saying, well, I'm angry with them, but actually they're doing nothing wrong. So watch for that, because it's very, very common anyway for emotions to get pushed into different directions. And that is very, very true in a step family where there are lots of displaced negative emotions around. Okay, so have a look at where the emotion is really, where the anger is really coming from. And then the second thing is, anger is great. If you feel angry, it's a great motivator. It can motivate you to do things you never ever thought you were able to do before. So, it's kind of like gives you strength, it gives you energy, it gives you resistance, and it gives you tolerance. You can go for longer. It really drives you. It's a hugely energetic kind of emotion to have. So if you're feeling angry, you're ready to do something about it, right? And that might mean shout and scream, but it is a motivator. Now, in a step family, if you feel anger, use it. It's good. Do you know what? Whatever you're angry about need never happen again if you use the energy you get from the anger to sort it out once and for all. How can you make sure that whatever it is that you're angry about doesn't happen again, and set about organising it? Now, it may not be possible to completely get rid of what it is you're angry about, but it will be possible to take steps to negate it, to make it have less of an effect, to not make you angry, to enable you to live with it. But the secret is not to just bottle it up, sit on it, or try and manage it or disperse it in some other way, but hone in, work out what it is that's really getting to you, and use the energy from the anger to go and sort it out. That will mean talking to people, reorganising stuff, changing the system, changing the structure, changing the timetables, whatever it takes. You've got the energy to do it, and use it. There's no reason why, if it's making you that angry, you should suffer that again. So be positive and take action. And then there's one final thing. Get rid of the anger. What I mean by the anger is the sort of outrageous, that I just said you might shout and scream. It's not always a great idea to use this anger to shout, scream, hit out, break things, do all these other things that you do when you're angry. It's normal, it's natural, there's nothing wrong with you if that's what you want to do. But if you can manage to release some of that pent-up anger elsewhere, so you don't end up screaming and shouting at people inside the step family and breaking things, that's probably better. So ways that people do this is they use sport to release anger. They relax to music. Whatever it takes, you've got to work out how to release the negative anger, the negative effects of anger, somewhere else. And it's up to you to realise that you are angry and to take it somewhere else. So there's two things. You take the negative effects of being angry, like shouting, hitting, breaking, these kinds of things, elsewhere, but you use the energy that anger gives you to sort it out. So next time there's not a problem. We run workshops, run sessions, we write booklets, we have an email response service. You can find the links to our social media and website in the description box below.